Thom, Ashley, and Kelly, of do e-bikes, does it make it more likely for new people to start riding? And do we see that e-bikes opening doors to make biking more accessible? Thom?
It has the opportunity. I would say maybe that's just something about Sarasota, but I've noticed a lot of older people on e-bikes here who seem to be just, zipping up and down along, the trails and things like that, taking in the sights. And they probably would not be able to do that if it wasn't for the assist that the motors were providing. Whether or not they're using them to reduce trips for other things, I don't know. But that demographic is probably a fertile ground for selling these things because they're probably more financially stable and are mobility limited, at least from a physical standpoint. It's too bad that we can't find a way to to build a bike that's of high enough durability and quality, but at a low enough price point that people could start, getting them and using them for reliable transportation. But maybe that point will come at some point.
Yeah, thanks, Thom. Ashley, what do you think? E-bikes making biking more accessible? How many of your friends have bought them so far?
Most definitely. I also bike in Fort Lauderdale a lot as well. So we have like a lot of rentals in Fort Lauderdale area. So at events and different things like that, since the pandemic, we've seen a big growth, and e-bikes is a part of that growth because they're more accessible. You can rent them per hour versus owning them. And then if there's like events, like in Fort Lauderdale, there's a lot of events. Even here, there's a lot of events in West Palm Beach as well. A lot of people are on the e-bikes, but they're more so rentals. But it would be nice long term if people are able to afford them permanently.
Biking, it always seems like we want to say that it'll save you money, but once you start, yes, yep. Kelly, thoughts? Are e-bikes going to make biking more accessible and bring more people on board?
Yeah, I think generally, I agree with Ashley and Thom that, there's an opportunity for it and there's interest in it, and it expands someone's range. It just provides more opportunities to use the bikes for different things. Obviously, the price point is a barrier for some people, but I'd be interested to see how the growth in e-bike usage, how that compares in like a walkable urban, bikeable urban environment to the suburbs, and how different those growth rates will be. I live in the suburbs, and I can't see myself purchasing an e-bike anytime soon because I don't need to expand my biking range, and I'm happy. I live in flat Florida, so I don't have to go up any hills. So I think that's going to be an interesting thing. I mean, we know that walkable and bikeable urban places are, drive a higher price point in terms of, rent and property values. So there might be more people in those environments that would be investing in an e-bike. It'll be interesting to watch the trends.
Indeed, it definitely will be.